From a tiny settlement on the banks of the Tiber River, a civilization was born that would not just conquer the known world, but build it. This is the story of how the Romans, with their unparalleled genius for engineering and urban planning, forged an empire of cities that still astound us today. We'll journey back in time, not to the battlefields, but to the bustling construction sites, the humming aqueducts, and the vibrant forums that were the true heart of the Roman world. Forget everything you thought you knew about ancient cities. What the Romans achieved was nothing short of a revolution. The secret to Rome's success wasn't just its legions, it was its blueprint for civilization. Wherever the Roman eagle flew, a new city would rise. A miniature Rome designed with military precision and civic pride. The process began with a ritual, the augur reading the will of the gods in the flight of birds to find the perfect auspicious spot. Then the surveyors, the agrimensors, would arrive with their simple but ingenious tools. The groma for laying out perfect right angles, and the chorobates, a long wooden level, to ensure the ground was flat. They would establish the two main arteries of the city, the Cardo, running north to south, and the Decumanus, running east to west. Where these two roads met was the Forum, the city's heart. Around this grid, a new world would take shape, a testament to order and control in a chaotic world. Every Roman city was a marvel of infrastructure, and it all started with water. The Romans were masters of hydrology. Their aqueducts, those magnificent bridges carrying water across valleys, are iconic, but they were just the most visible part of a vast, complex system. Engineers would spend years surveying the land, finding a reliable spring high in the hills, and calculating a precise, gentle gradient, sometimes as little as a few inches per mile, to carry water over dozens of miles. Using tunnels carved through mountains and siphons to cross deep valleys, they brought millions of gallons of fresh water into the city every single day. This wasn't just for the wealthy. Public fountains, or fontes, provided free, clean water for everyone, a public health miracle in the ancient world. Once the water arrived, it powered the city's lifeblood. It flushed the public latrines, which were surprisingly social gathering places. It supplied the magnificent public baths, the thermae. These were not just places to get clean, they were vast leisure complexes. You could exercise in the palestra, swim in the cold plunge pool or frigidarium, warm up in the tepidarium, and finally sweat it out in the hot caldarium before getting a massage with scented oils. The baths were the social hub of the city, where business deals were made, politics were discussed, and friendships were forged. It was a level of public luxury and hygiene that would not be seen again in Europe for over 1,000 years. And what happened to all the used water? It was channeled into an equally brilliant underground sewer system, like the famous Cloaca Maxima in Rome, keeping the city clean and disease-free. Of course, a city needs more than just water and drains. It needs buildings. And the Romans had a secret weapon, concrete. Roman concrete, or opus caementitium, was a revolutionary material. By mixing volcanic ash called pozzolana with lime and small stones, they created a building material that was cheaper, more versatile, and stronger than traditional stone. It could be poured into molds to create soaring arches, massive vaults, and spectacular domes, like the one that still crowns the Pantheon in Rome today. This material was waterproof and incredibly durable, which is why so many Roman structures, from harbors to amphitheaters, have survived for 2 millennia. Concrete allowed the Romans to build bigger, faster, and more audaciously than anyone before them. It was the material that literally shaped the empire. With this super material, they built the icons of Roman urban life. At the center of it all was the Forum. This was the city's public square, a bustling open space surrounded by the most important buildings. The Basilica, which served as a law court and business exchange. The Curia, or Senate House for the city council, and numerous temples dedicated to the gods. This was where public life unfolded, from political rallies and religious festivals to shopping in the flanking markets, or Masella. It was the political, commercial, and religious core, the ultimate expression of Roman civic identity. But the Romans knew that a happy populace needed more than just business and politics. They needed panem et circenses, bread and circuses. And for circenses, they built staggering entertainment venues. The amphitheater, A uniquely Roman invention was the stage for the infamous gladiatorial games. Colosseums, like the one in Rome, or the stunningly preserved arenas in Nimes and Verona, could hold tens of thousands of spectators. They were masterpieces of crowd control, with numbered entrances and corridors allowing the masses to find their seats and exit quickly. For a different kind of thrill, there was the circus, a long racetrack for chariot racing, the most popular sport in the Roman world. The Circus Maximus in Rome could supposedly hold over 150,000 people, all screaming for their favorite team. How did the Romans live? The wealthy resided in luxurious private homes called a domos, built around a central courtyard or atrium. These homes were often lavishly decorated with intricate mosaics on the floors and vibrant frescoes on the walls, depicting everything from mythological scenes to beautiful landscapes. But most of the urban population lived in multi-story apartment buildings called insulae. These could be noisy, crowded, and dangerous, with the lower floors being the most desirable and the upper floors, often made of wood, being a serious fire hazard. Shops and taverns, known as tabernae, would occupy the ground floor, their wide openings spilling out onto the bustling streets, filling the city with the sounds and smells of daily life. The Roman road network was the circulatory system of the empire, connecting these cities and allowing the rapid movement of legions, goods, and information. Famously, all roads led to Rome. They were built to last, with deep foundations, layers of crushed stone, and a paved surface. Milestones marked the distance, and a network of inns and post stations facilitated travel. This network didn't just serve the military, it was the engine of a massive integrated economy. Olive oil from Spain, wine from Gaul, grain from Egypt, and pottery from North Africa all traveled along these roads and across the sea lanes, ending up in markets thousands of miles away. This was globalization, Roman style. The cities of the Roman Empire were more than just collections of buildings. They were machines for living, meticulously planned and brilliantly engineered. They were instruments of power, projecting Roman culture and control to the furthest corners of their domain. From the misty frontiers of Britain to the sun-baked deserts of Syria, the blueprint remained the same. A grid of streets, a forum, an aqueduct, a bathhouse, and an amphitheater. This was how Rome civilized the world, not just by conquering it, but by building it in its own image. The legacy of these cities is written in stone all across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. They are the enduring foundation upon which our own modern world was built. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back to the age of Roman engineering. If you found this as fascinating as we did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the ancient world. Let us know in the comments which aspect of Roman city building amazes you the most. See you in the next one.